By the grace of God this morning, the Lord will be speaking to us on the topic, what seed are you sowing?
Ìpàṣẹ orí ọ̀fẹ́ Ọlọ́run ní òwúrọ̀ Ọlọ́run máa bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí àkòrí kan tí ó sọ pé orú irúgbìn ló ìwúgbìn.
What seed are you sowing?
Orú irúgbìn wo ló ń gbìn?
Note,
Yes,
life is a seed.
ìgbésí ayé jẹ́ irúgbìn.
Every day, a man sows a seed.
Gbogbo ìjọ tí ènìyàn bá ti fúrúgbìn.
Every day, a man sows seed.
Gbogbo ọjọ́ ni ènìyàn máa ń fúrúgbìn.
Either directly or indirectly.
Bóyá ìtí ó mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ ṣe tàbí ìtí kò mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ ṣe.
Consciously or unconsciously.
Bóyá ó wà nínú òye rẹ̀ tàbí kò sí nínú òye rẹ̀.
Every action,
Gbogbo ìgbésẹ̀,
big or small,
ìtí ó tóbi tàbí ìtí ó kéré,
good or evil,
ìtí ó dára tàbí ìtí ó burú,
is a seed.
ó jẹ́ irúgbìn.
All spiritual seed
Gbogbo irúgbìn tiẹ̀ ní
will bear fruit,
ló máa ń so èso.
whether the sower anticipates it or not.
Bóyá ẹni tí ó gbìn fẹ́ tàbí ó pọ̀.
Now, how many of us have noticed that you just saw in your compound a tomato, this thing just growing, you didn't intentionally plant it, maybe you wash your tomato and just pour the water away, or you wash your pepper, you just pour the water away, then after some time, just notice that, just notice one leaf, and you saw something round, and they say it is tomato.
Ọ̀pọ̀ náà láti máa ní orí ìrírí nígbà yìí pé bóyá aṣọ ata tàbí tòmátò wa àwọn da omi ìṣẹ́gbẹ̀lé lẹ́yìn ibi ìjọ mélòó kan a rí pé ó ti ní hù jáde àwọn àbẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ pé kí ilé ìwọ́n sọ fún pé tòmátò.
The same way you see mango tree everywhere, it's not as if some people intentionally planted those mango tree where you see them walk on the street, they use mango. Somebody is not drinking mango and just finish drinking the mango and just throw down the seed, and before you know it, you just see the tree germinating.
Bí a ṣe máa ń tí igi máńgò máa ń wà káàkiri kò kí ṣe pé ẹnìkan ló gbin máńgò náà ṣùgbọ́n bóyá ẹnìkan tó ń rìn lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ọ̀nà ìgbà tó ń jẹ́ tán ó sọ dànù ó lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní hù.
The Bible says in Galatians chapter 6 verse 7,
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni sọ ní ìwé Gàlátíà lórí kẹfà ẹsẹ̀ kéde.
be not deceived,
Wọ́n ti jẹ́ kẹ́nikẹ́ni yóò tàn ọ́ jẹ.
God is not mocked.
Àrùkọ Ọlọ́run.
For whatsoever a man soweth,
Ọ̀pọ̀ ebi tí ènìyàn bá fúrúgbìn
that shall he also reap.
òun ni yóò sì ká.
These words are true in the natural world
Gbogbo àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yóò jẹ́ òótọ́ ní orílẹ̀ ayé tí a wà yìí.
and are true in the spiritual world.
Ó lè jẹ́ ohun tó jẹ́ òótọ́ nínú ayé ti ẹ̀mí.
What you sow today will produce fruit tomorrow.
Ohun tí o fúrúgbìn rẹ̀ lébìí ló máa fún ọ ní ọ̀nà àṣoṣo fún ọ ní ọ̀la.
Sometimes ago, God was speaking to me,
Wọ́n ní pé ìgbà mélòó kan sẹ́yìn ìjọ Ọlọ́run bá àwọn sọ̀rọ̀.
and that changed my mentality.
Wọ́n ní ó wá yí ìrònú àwọn padà.
It should be like 4 or 5 or 6 months now.
Wọ́n ní dájú oṣù tí mẹ́fà àbí márùn-ún báyìí sẹ́yìn.
And I began to change my mentality.
Wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní yí èrò orí àwọn ọmọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní yí padà.
And I stopped bothering myself about what people do to me. I started bothering myself about what I'm doing to people.
Wọ́n náà wá dẹ́kun láti máa ṣèjọba lórí nǹkan táwọn èèyàn ṣe fún àwọn tàbí nǹkan táwọn ṣe fún àwọn èèyàn.
Because in the process of you trying to bother yourself about what people are doing to you, you may be sinning against God.
Torí tí èèyàn bá ń ṣe àṣàrò lórí ohun tí àwọn èèyàn ṣe fún wa a máa ṣòṣe Ọlọ́run.
So I stopped bothering myself about what everybody is doing to me. I started bothering myself about what I am doing to people, because whatever a man sow, he will reap.
Wọ́n láwọn dẹ́kun láti máa ro ohun tí àwọn èèyàn ṣe fún àwọn wá kíyèsí ohun tí àwọn èèyàn ṣe fún àwọn èèyàn torí ohun tí a bá fún ìgbìlẹ̀ là ó kà á.
And that helped me so much that I find it very easy to forgive.
Wọ́n ní wá rọ àwọn lọ́wọ́ ó jẹ́ ohun tí ó rọrùn fún àwọn láti dáríjì.
And I discovered that I stopped making offense like I didn't make offense before.
Wọ́n láwọn wá rí pé àwọn ti wá dẹ́kun láti máa tètè bínú bí àwọn ti máa tètè bínú tẹ́lẹ̀.
Why?
Kí nìdí?
Directly or indirectly you are sowing the seed.
bóyá ọmọ tàbí òun fúrúgbìn.
And it will surely germinate.
Ó lè máa yọ jáde.
Now let me quickly tell us this short story.
Kí n sọ ìgbéléwé fún yín.
Sometimes ago in Kaduna City.
Ní ìgbà tí lọ́kọ̀ sẹ́yìn ní ìlú Kaduna.
For those of us that know Kaduna, I picked bus going from Kano Road. The bus was going to Kawo, but I was to stop at UTC.
Wọ́n ní fún àwọn tí a mọ ìlú Kaduna pé àwọn gbé mọ́tò láti
Kano Road. The bus was going to Kawo.
Ó lọ sí Kawo.
But I was to drop at UTC.
Wọ́n ní ẹjẹ́ àwọn bọ́ọ̀lù ní UTC.
Now let me quickly give a good illustration. It's just like somebody picking a taxi from Okelowo, and the taxi is coming to maybe Salate, and I have to drop at Sako.
Ìpè wọ́n ṣàlàyé rẹ̀ pé ó dàbí kéèyàn gbé mọ́tò láti Òkèléwó kéèyàn máa bọ̀ ní ìsàlẹ̀ Apé. Kó wá dúró ní Ṣàpọ́n.
I was to drop at Sako, but the bus was going to ìsàlẹ̀ Apé.
Wọ́n ní ẹni tí àwọn dúró ní Ṣàpọ́n ṣùgbọ́n mọ́tò náà lọ sí ìsàlẹ̀ Apé.
And now I'm talking about that time that you enter bus 30 naira, 20 naira.
Wọ́n náà wọ́n sọ nígbà tí wọ́n wọ mọ́tò ní múlì kan.
30 naira, 50 naira.
30 naira, 50 naira.
And my fare was to be 30 naira.
Wọ́n ní owó ọkọ̀ wọ́n jẹ́ 30 naira.
But I discovered that between Okolewo and Shakon Bridge, about 4 different police has stopped the bus, and conductor has tried to settle them 100 naira.
Wọ́n náà wọ́n ní pé láti bíríjì Òkèléwó sí tíṣà kan pé àwọn ọlọ́pàá ti dá wọn dúró wọ́n ti ń gba 15 àbí ní mẹ́rin.
100 naira, not 50 naira. I was giving them 100 naira to pay himself.
Wọ́n lọ wá fún wọn ní múrí márùn-ún láti gba ara rẹ̀ sílẹ̀.
And the full load of that bus should be 3 and Kaduna bus, I can't remember. It should be like 11 or 12, I can't remember. Now, from that Kano Road to Kawo is 50 naira.
Wọ́n ní láti
50 times 12 is how much? And police are already collected 400 naira. I don't forget my own is 30 naira because I'm not going to Kawo. So I began to feel for the driver and the conductor. I felt so bad. I was like, how much are they making that police have collected 400 naira from them?
Wọ́n ní àná àwọn wá ṣe.
Follow my story.
Àná àwọn wá ṣe ni tí ó ní ọkọ̀ náà pé báwo ni ọlọ́pàá ṣe máa gba 400 lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀.
I felt so bad. I became emotional, and I told myself that when I drop, I was going to give them 500 naira, collect 470 naira. I told myself I would give them 200 naira because I paid for them. When I was like, God, why this wahala?
Wọ́n ní àná àwọn ṣe wọ́n tó tẹ̀lé pé ó yẹ kí àwọn fún ọbẹ̀ fún wọn ní 500 káwọn gba 470 padà. Wọ́n náà wá rògbò ọkọ̀ wọn pé àwọn fi gbogbo owó náà sílẹ̀.
No, not gbogbo. I will collect 470. I will give them 200 naira dash.
Ipe àwọn máa gba 470 àwọn fún wọn ní 200 naira.
And I was wondering why.
Wọ́n náà wá wò pé kí ló ṣe.
The Holy Spirit did not tell me anything.
Wọ́n lè ní wọ́n sọ ọgbọ́n.
So immediately as I was about to drop, I told them about now. So I gave them 500 naira.
Wọ́n ní ìgbà tí ó tó díẹ̀ ló ṣe díẹ̀ tí àwọn fẹ́ bọ́ sí àwọn fún 500.
So he got to the place I was to drop at, and I dropped.
Wọ́n lọ́wọ́ dé tí àwọn tí máa bọ́lẹ̀ wọ́n dúró àwọn bọ́ sílẹ̀.
And I stretched out my hand, give me my change.
Wọ́n náà wá lọ wá àwọn pé kí àwọn gba change padà.
And he told the driver to drive off.
Ó wá sọ fún ẹni tí ó ń wa ọkọ̀ pé kí ó máa wọ ọkọ̀ lọ.
And locally said that was why they are collecting their money.
Èmi wá sọ pé èyí tí wọ́n fi ń gba owó lọ́wọ́ wọn ni èyí.
Did you get my story?
Ṣé ìtàn náà yé wa?
I was so troubled now. Between Okilowo and Shakon, 4 police have collected 100 naira. What are they taking home?
Ó jẹ́ ohun tí ó ń yà wọ́n lẹ́nu pé láàrin òṣèlú sí.
I conceived that I would dash them 200 naira to ease their stress and share their cost of their wahala.
Tí àwọn ń ṣàánú ọgbẹ́ àwọn ọlọ́pàá ti gba 400 lọ́wọ́ tí àwọn ti ń ṣàánú ọgbẹ́ tí àwọn bá ti fẹ́ bọ́lẹ̀ àwọn máa fún ọ ní 200 àṣà àwọn gbogbo fúnra wọn ni wọ́n ń ṣokùnfà wàhálà.
Ó tọ́ di driver tẹ̀bí kújẹ́ and the driver náà stood.
Wọ́n wá sọ fún dẹ́bà bóyá máa lọ wọ́n náà wá dúró.
I said look at the people acting.
Wọ́n náà wá àwọn tí àwọn táwọn káàánú ẹ̀.
Do you know that many of us were going from one mountain to the other mountain and we are the problem that because of your body?
Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọdún wa à ń lọ láti orí òkè sí orí òkè ṣùgbọ́n àwọn fúnra wa ní ìṣòro tí ogun tí ó ń jẹ ara wa.
What seed are you sowing?
Ohun irúgbìn wo ló ń fúrúgbìn rẹ̀?
Heaven and earth will pass away.
Ọ̀run àti ayé yóò kọjá lọ.
But see that harvest time will not cease. That's what God said.
Ṣùgbọ́n àsìkò gbígbìn àti àsìkò kíká kò ní dẹ́kun láti máa ṣe.
Make sure nobody is distracting you.
Rí i dájú pé kò sí ẹni tó ń yọ ọ́ lẹ́nu.
Make somebody distracted. You may sow certain type of seed today that will never mature and produce fruit in your lifetime.
O lè fúrúgbìn ní òní títí tí wà gbogbo láyé fúrúgbìn náà tí ó má dàgbà.
But someday in the natural course of events they will produce fruit.
Ṣùgbọ́n ní ọjọ́ kan gẹ́gẹ́ bí àgbékalẹ̀ yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sèso.
The fruit which they produce will fall into the ground and produce further fruit.
Èso tí ó bá so yìí tí ó bá jábọ́ sílẹ̀ òun náà yóò dàgbà yóò sì so àwọn èso mìíràn.
The fruit which those first seed bore will go on being reproduced throughout the years of history as long as the world shall last.
Àwọn èso náà yóò máa ṣèso títí di ìgbà tí ayé òde parẹ́ ní ìwọ̀nba ìgbà tí ọ̀rọ̀ náà tí ó bá sì dúró.
The same is infinitely more true in the spiritual realm.
Eléyìí náà jẹ́ ohun tí ó jẹ́ òótọ́ tí ó jùlọ nínú ipò ti ẹ̀mí.
The influence of what we do,
àwọn àbájáde ohun tí à ń ṣe,
what we say,
ohun tí a sọ,
and what we are today,
àti ohun tí a jẹ́ ní òní,
will bear fruit in the lives of others.
Yóò fúrúgbìn sínú ayé àwọn tí ó kù.
The influence which we have had on them,
àwọn ohun tí a ti rí nípa tiwọn,
will result in courses of action which will in turn influence many others.
Ó máa jẹ́ àbájáde ohun tí wọ́n máa ṣe tí ó máa wọ àwọn ènìyàn mìíràn lẹ́kùn.
In the natural course of events,
gẹ́gẹ́ bí àgbékalẹ̀,
this will go on repeating itself as long as the world shall last.
Eléyìí yóò máa ṣẹlẹ̀ lóòrèkóòrè ní ìwọ̀nba ìgbà tí ọ̀rọ̀ náà bá sì dúró.
Among the most solemn words that the Lord spoke,
nínú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ tí Ọlọ́run sọ
in the scripture,
nínú Bíbélì,
Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 10, put it on the screen.
Ìwé Jeremiah orí kẹtàdínlógún ẹsẹ̀ kẹwàá.
Jeremiah 17 verse 10.
Jeremiah orí kẹtàdínlógún ẹsẹ̀ kẹwàá.
Everybody look at the screen. The Lord searched the heart. I tried the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings. Read your version. Jeremiah 17 verse 10.
Kó ẹrù rẹ kúrò ní ilẹ̀ náà, ìwọ olùgbé ìlú tí.
No, Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 10. No, the Yoruba version is the Yoruba version.
Èmi Olúwa ní ìwà àwárí ọkàn ènìyàn. Èmi ní dán inú wò, àní láti fi fún olúkúlùkù gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀nà rẹ̀ àti gẹ́gẹ́ bí èso iṣẹ́ rẹ̀.
He said, I, the Lord, give to every man according to the fruit of his doings.
Ó ní èmi Olúwa ní wá àwárí ọkàn ènìyàn.
When you and I stand before God Almighty for judgment,
tí èmi àti ìwọ bá dúró níwájú Ọlọ́run fún ìdájọ́,
which will eventually happen.
Tí yóò sì padà ṣẹlẹ̀.
I will not die, I will grow old, I will die at 150, I will die at 120, I will die at 200, either you die at 30, or you die at 50 or at 200, you will give account of what you did while you are in the face of the earth.
Bóyá àdàgbà fún èèyàn dàgbà títí èèyàn 150 wọ́n 200, ìjọba èèyàn máa bú ìyá sì lọ ṣe àṣàrò tí ó fi ayé rẹ̀ ṣe wájú Ọlọ́run.
We shall give an account not only of our own acts, but also of the influence of acts upon each successive generation of humanity.
A máa ṣe àṣàrò ohun tí agbélé ayé wa ṣe àti àwọn ènìyàn tí a ti fi ìwà wa tí ìwà wa ti wọnú ayé wọn.
Do you see the reason why I said from 5 or 6 months ago I don't worry myself about what everybody is doing?
Yẹ̀tọ̀ wá níbi tí àwọn sọ pé láti bí oṣù 5 sí 6 sẹ́yìn àwọn ti dẹ́kun láti máa ṣe ìyọnu lórí ohun tí àwọn èèyàn ṣe fún àwọn.
I wonder more about what I am doing to people.
Wọ́n ní ohun tí ó wá pọ̀ àwọn ni pé ohun tí àwọn ṣe fún àwọn ènìyàn.
Now, why do we need to be careful of the seed we are sowing?
Kí ni ìdí tí a fi gbúdọ̀ kíyèsí orú irúgbìn tí à ń fún?
Why do we need to be careful of the seed we are sowing?
Kí ni ó dé tí a fi ní láti ṣe àkíyèsí orú irúgbìn tí à ń fúrúgbìn rẹ̀?
Number 1.
Ìkíní.
Genesis chapter 1 verse 11 to 12.
Genesis orí ìkíní ẹsẹ̀ kíní.
Genesis chapter 1 verse 11 to 12. Look at the screen.
Genesis orí ìkíní ẹsẹ̀ kọkànlá sí ẹsẹ̀ kejìlá.
And God made a firmament. I said, yes, 11 to 12, not 7, verse 11. Verse 11. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass and have yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after its kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth, and it was so. Verse 12. And the earth brought forth grass and have yielding seed after its kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after its kind, and God saw that it was good. Number one reason why we need to be careful of the seed we sow is that it is a covenant God made upon the earth that every seed must produce its kind at creation.
Ìdí tí a gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe àkíyèsí orú irúgbìn tí à ń kú ni wípé láti àtìkọ́ ṣe.
It is a covenant God made upon the earth that every seed must produce its kind at creation.
Ó jẹ́ májẹ̀mú tí Ọlọ́run ti dá wípé gbogbo èso yóò so orú èso bíi tirẹ̀.
For example,
Fún àpẹẹrẹ,
if I choose to give people joy, all I do is that I make sure that people are happy.
tí àwọn bá ń gbìyànjú láti rí i dájú pé inú àwọn èèyàn ń dùn ní gbogbo ìgbà.
People don't need to know.
Àwọn èèyàn nílò láti mọ̀.
God by himself will just keep directing people that will make me happy to me.
Ọlọ́run fún ara rẹ̀ ni yóò mú àwọn tí yóò múnú wọn dùn yóò mú tọ̀ wọ́n wá.
And if what you are good at doing is to keep making people sad intentionally,
Tí ó bá jẹ́ ohun tí o nífẹ̀ẹ́ láti máa ṣe ni pé kó máa yẹ kí inú àwọn ènìyàn máa bàjẹ́.
then people that will give you sadness and sorrow will keep coming your way.
Àwọn
It
tí
is
ó máa
a
bá
law.
àwọn tí ó máa bá inú rẹ̀ jẹ́ ni yóò máa tọ̀ ọ́ wá ní gbogbo ìgbà.
The Bible call it seed and harvest time.
Bíbélì pè é ní àsìkò tí a fúrúgbìn àti àsìkò tí
Why the
a
people
bọ̀
in the
rẹ̀.
world call it the law of karma.
Àwọn ènìyàn tí ayé wọn pè ní
Law of
òfin kámà.
Number two reason why you have to be careful of the seed you are sowing.
Ìdí kejì tí a gbọ́dọ̀ ṣàkíyèsí orú irúgbìn tí a fúrúgbìn rẹ̀.
2 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 10.
Kọ́ríńtì kejì orí tẹ̀sán.
2 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 10.
Kọ́ríńtì kejì orí tẹ̀sán ẹsẹ̀ kẹwàá.
Look at the screen. Now, if thou ministerest seed to the sower, both minister bread for your food, and multiply your seed sown, and increase the fruits of your righteousness. Read the Yoruba version.
Ǹjẹ́ ẹni tí ó fi irúgbìn fún afúrúgbìn àti àkàrà fún oúnjẹ yóò fi irúgbìn fún yín, yóò sì sọ di púpọ̀ fún irúgbìn, yóò sì mú èso òdodo ní bíbísí.
Number two reason why you have to be careful of the seed you are sowing is that any seed sown when harvested comes in multiple.
Ìdí tí a gbọ́dọ̀ kíyèsí orú irúgbìn tí a fúrúgbìn rẹ̀ ni pé gbogbo èso tí a bá ti fúrúgbìn rẹ̀ ó máa wá ní ọ̀pọ̀ yanturu.
No man sow two seed or a seed of corn and harvest seed of corn. No.
Kò sẹ́ni tí ó ń gbin àgbàdo kan ṣoṣo tí ó wá ká ẹyọ àgbàdo kan ṣoṣo.
The harvest come in multiple.
Ìkórè rẹ̀ ó máa ń wá ní ọ̀pọ̀ yanturu.
What seed are you sowing?
Orú irúgbìn wo ló ń fúrúgbìn rẹ̀?
What seed am I sowing?
Orú irúgbìn wo ni mò ń fúrúgbìn rẹ̀?
Number 3.
Ìkẹta.
Isaiah 62 verse 22.
Àìsáyà oníkejì lé ní.
Isaiah 62 verse 22. Isaiah 66, sorry. Isaiah chapter 66 verse 22. Look at the screen. For as the new heavens and the new earth which I will make shall remain before me, saith the Lord, so shall your seed and your name remain.
Nítorí gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn ọ̀run tuntun àti ayé tuntun tí èmi yóò ṣe yóò máa dúró níwájú mi, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni irú ọmọ rẹ àti orúkọ rẹ yóò dúró níwájú Olúwa, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Olúwa wí.
Number 3 reason why we have to be careful of the seed we are sowing is that God said that our seed and our name will remain. Any other thing will go, but our seed and our name will remain.
Ìdí kẹta tí a gbọ́dọ̀ máa ṣe àkíyèsí orúkọ tí à ń fúnpin rẹ̀ ni pé gbogbo yóò kọjá lọ, ṣùgbọ́n irúgbìn wa àti orúkọ wa yóò wà síbẹ̀.
Number 4.
Ìkẹrin.
Genesis chapter 8 verse 20 to 22.
Genesis orí kẹjọ.
Genesis chapter 8
Genesis orí kẹjọ.
verse 20 to 22.
Ẹsẹ̀ ogún dé ẹsẹ̀ kejì lórí ogún.
While the earth remaineth, look at the screen, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease.
Níwọ̀n ìgbà tí ayé yóò wà, ìgbà irúgbìn àti ìgbà ìkórè, ìgbà òtútù àti ooru, ìgbà ìwọ̀n, òun òjò àti ọ̀sán àti òru kì yóò dẹ́kun.
See verse 23. No, you don't. I said from 20 to 22. I just wanted to show us, what I wanted to show us there was when God decided to clear the whole world with water, and after Noah came out of the ark and offered sacrifice unto God, that was when God made this statement. He said he was not going to, let me from verse 20 here, he said, and Noah built an altar unto the Lord, and took every clean beast and of every clean fowl, and offered one offering on the altar. And the Lord smelled the sweet savour, and the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground anymore for man's sake. For the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I again smite any more everything living as I have done. Verse 22. He now said, while the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. The implication was that God decided to wipe the whole world because the heart of men were wicked in Genesis chapter 6. So after he had done that, and Noah came out with the few creatures that were remaining and made the sacrifice unto God, God now said, okay, I will not clear the whole world again. What will happen is that every man will suffer what he does.
Nígbà tí Ọlọ́run rí pé àwọn ènìyàn burú ní orílẹ̀ ayé tí ó pinnu ọkọ rẹ̀ pé òun yóò fi omi pa ayé Nóà àti àwọn tí ó ṣẹ́kù nígbà tí wọ́n kú àti àwọn tó ṣẹ́kù ó wá ṣe ìpinnu fún ènìyàn pé òun ò ní fi omi pa ayé rẹ́ mọ́, ṣùgbọ́n ohun tí ènìyàn bá ṣe ló máa gbà tó bá fún pèrè ni yóò kà á.
Number 4 reason why we have to be careful of the seed we are sowing is that God by himself said, seed time and harvest time will never cease.
Ìdí tí a gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe àkíyèsí irúgbìn tí a ń fúrúgbìn rẹ̀ ni pé torí Ọlọ́run fúnra rẹ̀ sọ wípé àsìkò irúgbìn àti àsìkò ìkórè kì yóò kọjá lọ.
Number 5.
Ìkarùn-ún.
Galatians chapter 6 verse 7 was our Bible reading this morning.
Ìwé Gálátíà orí kẹfà.
Verse 7 to 8.
Ẹsẹ̀ kéde sí ẹsẹ̀ kẹjọ.
Be not deceived. Galatians chapter 6 verse 7.
Galatians orí kẹfà.
Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Verse 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting.
Kí a má ṣe tò ní jẹ, a kò lè gan Ọlọ́run nítorí ohunkóhun tí ènìyàn bá fúrúgbìn òun ni yóò sì ká. Nítorí ẹni tí ó bá ń fúrúgbìn sípa ti ara rẹ̀ nípa ti ara rẹ̀ ni yóò ká ìbàjẹ́. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹni tí ó bá ń fúrúgbìn sípa ti ẹ̀mí nípa ti ẹ̀mí ni yóò ká ìyè àìnípẹ̀kun.
So number 5 reason why we have to be careful of the seed that's sown is that God cannot be mocked. Whatsoever a man sow, the same he will reap.
Ìdí tí a gbọ́dọ̀ fi máa kíyèsí olúbi tí a ń fúrúgbìn rẹ̀ ni pé a lè gan Ọlọ́run ohunkóhun tí a bá fúrúgbìn rẹ̀ òun náà ni a ó kà á.
You can never plant beans and reap rice.
O lè gbin ẹ̀wà kí o wá ká ìrẹsì.
It's not possible.
Kò ṣeé ṣe.
If you like, go and plant beans and now do 7 days straight fast and 21 days all night.
Tó bá wù ẹ́ kí o lọ gbin àwẹ̀ kí o wá lọ gba àwẹ̀ bíríbírí ọlọ́jọ́ méje kí o gba bó ṣe ṣọ́ọ̀rù ológun ọdún.
And in that 21 days all night, you are speaking in tongues for 5 hours each day.
Nínú ìṣọ́ọ̀rù ológun ọjọ́ tí o ṣe tó wá ń bèrè pọ̀ bí a di wákàtí 5 lójoojúmọ́ nínú rẹ̀.
It will not come to rice.
Kò ní di ìrẹsì o.
It is beans you will do.
ẹ̀wà náà ni wà ká.
The only thing that fasting and that prayer and that all night and that talks can do for you is that maybe to help you bring good beans, then more plenty than you sow.
nǹkan tí àdúrà àwẹ̀ àti ìgbèdìpọ̀ náà lè bá ọ ṣe ni pé ó lè jẹ́ kí o ká púpọ̀ ohun tí o ti gbè.
Now let's see spiritual history, just one.
ẹ jẹ́ ká wo
Then we will pray and we will close.
àmọ́ àwọn bíbélì àti ìkàlẹ̀ bíbélì àmọ́.
One case study of sowing bad seed and its consequence.
àpẹẹrẹ kéde èèyàn máa kúrúgbìn búburú àti àwọn àbájáde búburú rẹ̀.
Spiritual case study of sowing bad seed and its consequence.
àpẹẹrẹ nínú bíbélì àwọn tí ó kúrúgbìn búburú tí wọ́n sì kórè.
Okay, me that be fast. Genesis chapter 37.
Genesis orí kẹta ní ogún.
We will read verse 3 to 4.
ẹsẹ̀ kẹta sí ẹsẹ̀ kẹrin.
We will read verse 11.
a máa ka ẹsẹ̀ kẹrìnlá.
Then we will now go to verse 18 to 21.
a máa fò sí ẹsẹ̀ kejìdínlógún sí ẹsẹ̀ kọkànlélógún.
The case study of sowing bad seed and its consequence we are looking at is the story of Joseph and his siblings.
àpẹẹrẹ nínú bíbélì tí ó kúrúgbìn búburú tí ó sì ka òun ni.
You want to see Joseph and his siblings.
abẹ́wò Jósẹ́fù àti àwọn arákùnrin rẹ̀.
When the Lord opened my eyes to this on Friday, I was like, God, somebody has to be very, very careful.
wọ́n ní ìgbà tí Ọlọ́run ṣe ojú àwọn sí èyí ní ọjọ́ Friday àwọn sọ pé Ọlọ́run gbọ́dọ̀ máa ṣe àkíyèsí.
We have to be very, very careful, very including myself.
a gbọ́dọ̀ máa ṣọ́ra wa.
Now let's see Genesis chapter 37 verse 3 to 4. Let's see the seed that was sown to Joseph by his siblings.
ẹ jẹ́ ká wo olúgbìn tí a so ta fúrúgbìn sí Jósẹ́fù.
And Israel loved Joseph more than his children, more than all his children, because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a coat of many colors. And when his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren, they hated him and could not speak peaceably unto him. Now jump to verse 11.
ẹsẹ̀ kẹrìnlá.
Verse 11. And his brethren envied him, but his father observed the saying. Jump to verse 18.
ká fò sí ẹsẹ̀ kejìdínlógún.
Verse 18.
ẹsẹ̀ kejìdínlógún.
And when they saw him afar off, even before he came near unto them, they conspired against him to slay him. Verse 19 quickly.
ẹsẹ̀ kejìdínlógún.
And they said one to another, behold, this criminal cometh. Verse 20.
ẹsẹ̀ ogún.
Come now, therefore, and let us slay him and cast him into some pit, and we will say, some evil beasts are devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dream. Verse 21, the last verse.
ẹsẹ̀ kọkànlélógún. ẹsẹ̀ tó gbẹ̀yìn.
And Reuben had it, and he delivered him out of their hands, and said, let us not kill him. Now, from these scriptures that we just read, I want us to pick the seed that was sown by the siblings of Joseph. Now, the seed sown, we saw hatred.
nínú àwọn irúgbìn tí àwọn Jósẹ́fù àwọn arákùnrin Jósẹ́fù tí wọ́n fúrúgbìn sí máa yẹ Jósẹ́fù ìkan ara rẹ̀ ní ìkórìíra.
The Bible said they could not speak peaceably to him. That means they maltreated him.
Bíbélì sọ pé wọn ò lè bá sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ àlàáfíà. èyí bọ̀ sí pé wọ́n fìyà jẹ.
In verse 11, the Bible said they envied him.
ní orí kọkànlá Bíbélì sọ wípé wọ́n ṣe ìlara rẹ̀.
In verse 20 to 21, 18 to 25, the Bible said they conspired to kill him. So I can say conspiracy, bitterness, murder, and betrayal.
ní ẹsẹ̀ kejìdínlógún wọ́n ṣù pàpà láti pa wọn náà lè sọ wípé ìlara ìkórìíra.
Follow this story.
ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹ̀lé ètò yìí.
Now the siblings of Joseph sown hatred, maltreatment, envy, conspiracy, bitterness, murder, and betrayal. And for 13 years, Joseph suffered this seed sown.
àwọn arákùnrin Jósẹ́fù wọ́n so ìkórìíra ìlara ikú àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ sínú ayé Jósẹ́fù fún ọdún mẹ́tàlá ló fi ìjà náà fi jẹ́.
You may be sowing the seed of bitterness, anger, envy, jealousy, maltreatment to somebody because you don't like the way he talks, maybe because he's doing better than you or whatever reason you have to sow the seed of evil because you don't want the person or because you don't want that person to progress. It will only affect that person for a short period of time.
bóyá òun fúrúgbìn ìkórìíra ìgbòrò ìbàjẹ́ sínú ayé ẹnìkan bí àtọ́rí pé òun nífẹ̀ẹ́ ẹni náà irúgbìn búburú tí o fún sínú ayé ẹni náà yóò dúró fún ìgbà díẹ̀ ni.
Our father in the Lord told us one secret.
Baba wa
2016, Reverend Dr. Pijolaya
bàbá wa nínú olúwa rẹ̀ bíi jọlá ìyá wọn sọ àṣírí kan fún wa ní ọdún 2016.
He said if your neighbor buys a car, go there, tell him congratulations, be happy.
Tí ẹni tí òun bá gbélé bá ra mọ́tò lọ bá kí o kí kú oríire jẹ́ kí inú rẹ̀ dùn.
Don't envy him, don't be bitter. He said the reason is because if your neighbor can buy a car, that means God is in the neighborhood. Possibly it is your own flat, not the enter nest.
Nígbà tí Ọlọ́run bá lè ra ọkọ̀ bá lè fún ẹni tí ó wà ní ẹ̀gbẹ́ rẹ̀ ní nǹkan, ó túmọ̀ sí pé Ọlọ́run wà ní agbègbè náà ní pé bóyá ìwọ ló kàn.
Instead of wishing that he carries that car and go out and have accident and die and not come back.
Èyí tí omi rò wípé kí ó gbé mọ́tò náà kí ó lọ síta kí ó ní ìjàmbá ọkọ̀ kí ó sì kú sínú rẹ̀.
Or you are just hoping one day to hear that he cannot drive the car again.
Àbí ọkùnrin retí pé ìjọba wa gbọ́ ìròyìn kan pé kò lè wa ọkọ̀ náà mọ́.
Instead of that, say Lord, thank you for blessing my neighbor.
Fún ilé tó yẹ kí o máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ náà pé Olúwa ṣe fún
Thank you because I know one day I will be a car owner too.
O ṣe torí pé níjọ́kan èmi náà yóò ní ọkọ̀ tèmi.
Don't stop unnecessary causes just because you are not happy that you have gotten a car.
Mama,
then what he did not do, not start spreading it to the neighborhood just because you don't like him.
Má rojọ́ ẹni náà kiri torí ohun tí ó ṣe bí a torí pé ó ra ọkọ̀ torí pé òun nífẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀ ó wá ń sọ̀rọ̀ búburú nípa tirẹ̀ kiri.
Why will the brother of Joseph not like him? Not because they noticed that their father loved him above all children.
Kí ni ìdí tí àwọn arákùnrin Joseph ò fi nífẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀? Wọ́n rí pé bàbá wọn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ọmọ náà ju gbogbo àwọn lọ.
Then he began to have a dream that he became great and they were envious of him, that why will he be greater than us? If your brother is the breadwinner of the father and is doing well, why not celebrate him?
Wọ́n ní wọ́n wò pé ó wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní lálàá nípa wọ́n á rí pé àlá náà ó jẹ́ ẹni tí ó máa lọ́lá tí ó máa jẹ́ ẹni tí ó máa jẹ́ ọba lórí gbogbo ó wá ṣe lára rẹ̀ pé ó fi jẹ́ pé ìwọ ni ó máa gorí wa.
And they felt the best thing to do is let us kill him.
Wọ́n rò pé ohun tí ó tọ́ láti ṣe ni pé kí àwọn kí wọ́n pa.
And imagine, I was asking myself on Friday as I was studying,
Ọlọ́run bí àwọn
how we 10 persons, not 10, 9, will be able to conspire and lie to their father that his son was dead for 13 years. Nobody revealed it that Joseph was alive, that they didn't kill him. They told their father that he was dead.
Wọ́n sọ fún bàbá wọn.
And none of them could one day in 13 years say, Daddy, don't tell anybody that God had told you. We did not kill Joseph. We sold him over. We don't know where he is, but I know we did not kill him. Maybe he's dead, we don't know, but he's not dead. And they watch their father mourn. They watch their father cry. What a level of wickedness. Children of the same siblings, the children of the same father rather, sleep in the same house, eat from the same pot. If such can do that, then what about the person you meet on the road, you meet in the office, you meet in the school?
Fún ọdún mẹ́tàlá gbáko àwọn arákùnrin Joseph nìkan nínú wọn ò tiẹ̀ jọ kẹ́lẹ́kẹ́lẹ́ kó lọ bá bàbá wọn pé bàbá wa kò ṣe pé Joseph ti kú o ṣùgbọ́n àtàsókò ẹrú ni tí àwọn ọmọ ìyá Joseph bá lè ṣe orúkọ búburú báyìí fún Joseph báwo ni ẹni tí o pàdé lọ́nà tàbí tí o pàdé níbì kan báwo ló ṣe lè ṣe sí ọ. Don't forget, I said when you sow bad seed to people's life just because you don't like them, they will only suffer it for a time. Má ṣe gbàgbé pé tí o bá suffer it for life, it's for the percentage time they will come out of it. Tí o bá fúrúgbìn búburú sínú ayé àwọn ènìyàn ìyá rẹ̀ máa jẹ wọ́n fún ìgbà díẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n tó bá ṣe wọ́n máa jáde kúrò nínú ìṣòro náà. Joseph suffered for 13 years. How do I know? Joseph jìyà fún ọdún mẹ́tàlá. Báwo ni mo ṣe kù? Genesis 37 verse 3 quickly. Genesis orí kẹtàdínlógójì. Genesis chapter 37 verse 3 quickly. Genesis orí kẹtàdínlógójì. This are the generation of Jacob. Joseph being 17 years old was feeding the flock with his brethren, and the lad was with the son of Belial and with the son of Levi his father wife, and Joseph brought forth to his father Jacob. So when they conspired against Joseph, he was 17 years old. Now go to Genesis chapter 41 verse 46 quickly. Genesis 41 verse 46. Verse 46. And Joseph was 30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and Joseph went out from the presence of Pharaoh and went throughout all the land of Egypt. This is when Joseph became the prime minister. 30 minus 17, that is how many years? 30 years. All their conspiracy to kill him because he had a dream that was going to be great only lasted for 13 years. Gbogbo ìgbìyànjú wọn láti pa fún àlá rere tí ó ní òun ó pọ̀ àlá náà ìyà náà ó lọ fún ọdún mẹ́tàlá. Now let's see their harvest. Ẹ ká wá wo ìkórè rẹ̀. Let's see how they harvested what they sowed. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wọ́n ṣe kórè ohun tí wọ́n fúrúgbìn rẹ̀ sínú ayé rẹ̀. Now
We all know the story of the children of Israel.
Àmọ́ ìtàn àwọn Ísírẹ́lì.
It was when Joseph was in Egypt, became the prime minister, he told them how to preserve, to save, and when there was trouble in the world, there was no food in the world. And the siblings of that same Joseph that sold him to Egypt came, not even knowing that it was Joseph, but Joseph knew them. But he forgave them, he gave them food, hide hand of their brother, and said, "Go and bring your father." He wants to be sure that his own father was still alive. And they went and they brought the father. Some people that did that. I'm trying to summarize it.
Ní ìgbà tí Joseph tó dé Egypt oríṣiríṣi nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀, ó di igbákejì ọba torí pé ó mọ bí wọ́n ṣe ń pa àwọn irúgbìn wọn mọ́ àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Lẹ́yìn òrèyìn àwọn arákùnrin rẹ̀ wá sí ìlú Egypt láti wá oúnjẹ wá, ṣùgbọ́n ó mú ìkan lára àwọn àbúrò wọn sílẹ̀ pé wọ́n lọ mú bàbá wọn wá.
Now they brought Jacob.
Wọ́n wá mú Jacob wá.
And they eventually bowed to Joseph. What did they want to do? What made them to conspire to hate him and want to kill him? They eventually did it.
Ìdí tí wọ́n fi kórìíra rẹ̀ tó fẹ́ fi bá wọn padà wá tẹríba fún.
No, anybody is fighting, you don't bother yourself.
Ẹnìkan bá ọjà.
Anybody is envying, you don't bother yourself.
Ẹnìkan ṣe lára rẹ̀ má yọra rẹ̀.
You are backbiting, you don't bother.
Wọ́n ń gé ẹlẹ́yìn ẹsẹ̀ jẹ má yọra rẹ̀ lẹ́yìn.
You are fighting, you don't bother.
Wọ́n bá ọjà má ṣe yọnu.
But one thing I want to beg of you.
Ṣùgbọ́n kan tí mo fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ fún.
Make sure you are doing what is right.
Rí i dájú pé ìwọ fún ara ẹ̀ òun ṣe ohun tí ó tọ́.
Don't do what is wrong.
Má ṣe ohun tí ó tọ́.
And you now say, "Father, I've said don't bother." If you do what is wrong and they are scolding you on your own, better bother.
Tí o bá ti dé pé olùṣọ́gun ló pé kó má ṣe yọnu tó wá ń ṣe ohun tí ò dá.
But make sure what you are doing is right. Make sure you are standing right with God.
Rí i pé ohun tí òun ṣe ó jẹ́ ohun tí ó tọ́. Rí i pé o dúró déédéé níwájú Ọlọ́run.
So they eventually came down about that.
Wọ́n padà wá wọ́n forí balẹ̀ fún.
And the scarcity increased.
Ìyàn náà ó wá pọ̀ sí.
They had no option than to relocate from Israel to Egypt.
Wọn wá ní kò sóhun tí wọ́n lè ṣe mọ́ yàtọ̀ sí pé wọ́n kó láti ilẹ̀ Ísírẹ́lì wá sí ìlú Egypt lọ.
Now let's see the seed they sow. We have seen the seed they sow. Then let's see the harvest, and let's see how many years they suffer the harvest.
Àti rí irúgbìn tí wọ́n fúrúgbìn rẹ̀ àmọ́ wá wo oye ọdún tí wọ́n fi jẹ̀yà irúgbìn tí wọ́n fúrúgbìn rẹ̀ yìí.
Exodus chapter 1.
Ìwé Exodus orí kìíní.
Let's read verse 8.
Kàkà ẹsẹ̀ kẹjọ.
Let's read verse 8 and let's just read 8 and go down quickly. Now see, now there arose up a new king over Egypt who knew not Joseph. Verse 9.
Ẹsẹ̀ kẹsàn-án.
And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Verse 10. Come on, let us do wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and go and so get them up out of the land. Verse 11, quickly. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their bodies, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses. Go ahead. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew, and they were grieved because of the children of Israel. Go ahead, verse 13. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. Go ahead. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage, and in mortar, and in brick, and in all manner of service. In the field, all their services wherein they made them serve with rigor. Verse 15. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of the one was Shipra, and the name of the other Poa. Go ahead. And he said, when they to the office of the midwife, to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stool of it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. Verse 17. But the midwives feared God, and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men, children alive. Now, let me not go into the story. They harvested affliction, they have harvested with rigor, undeserved hatred, and even murder. When Pharaoh told them that they start killing all the men child, but yet God was giving them soft landing, but yet they were in bondage. You can be doing evil, you are sowing evil, you are sowing wickedness, and you are making little progress, and you are feeling say they be saying serve God, I'm not serving God, am I not progressing? But in the interim, if you check, the little progress you are progressing is not what God wants. God wants you to do more.
tí ẹ bá wo àwọn mìíràn wọ́n máa ṣe bí wọ́n máa ní ṣèbí wọ́n ní pé tí bá ń ṣe ọlọ́run tí bá ń ṣe ọlọ́run ìgbọ́kọ́ máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ìgbé mi lélẹ̀ mi ò sí ọlọ́run ṣùgbọ́n ayé mi tẹ̀síwájú wọ́n máa sọ wípé fún ìgbà díẹ̀ ni ìkan náà fi máa dúró ṣùgbọ́n tí ó bá yà kókò máa yí padà.
Now let's see how many years they used to suffer.
ṣé ká wo oye ọdún tí wọ́n fi jìyà.
How many years did Joseph suffer?
ọdún mélòó ni Joseph fi jìyà.
How many years?
ọdún 13.
Okay, let's see how many years they used to suffer.
ṣé ká wo oye ọdún tí àwọn eléyìí fi jìyà.
Exodus 12 verse 40 to 41.
ẹsẹ̀ ojú orí kejìlá ẹsẹ̀ ogójì sí ẹsẹ̀ kejìlélógójì.
Now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was for 430 years.
Ǹjẹ́ ìgbà àtìgbọ́ àwọn ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì tí wọ́n ṣe ní ilẹ̀ Íjíbítì ó jẹ́ 400 ọdún ó lé ọgbọ̀n.
Verse 41. Verse 41. And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the same day came to pass that all the hosts of the Lord went out from the land of Egypt.
Also,
So the order was even those that were not there when they sowed that evil seed reaped.
Ó túmọ̀ sí pé ìgbà tí wọ́n máa máa kórè ìfúrúgbìn àwọn tí ò sí níbẹ̀ wọ́n jẹ nínú rẹ̀.
What are the seeds you are sowing for yourself?
Òun àwọn irúgbìn wo ni ò fún irúgbìn rẹ̀ fúnra rẹ̀?
What are the seeds you are sowing for your spouse?
Òun àwọn irúgbìn wo ni ò fúrúgbìn sínú ayé
What are the
aya
seeds you
rẹ̀?
are sowing for your children?
Òun irúgbìn wo ni ò fúrúgbìn sínú ayé àwọn ọmọ rẹ̀?
What seed are you sowing for the children unborn?
Irú irúgbìn wo ni ò fúrúgbìn sínú àwọn ọmọ tí ò tíì bí?
You may be enjoying now,
O lè máa gbádùn nísinsìnyí.
but don't allow those children suffer.
Ṣùgbọ́n má yẹ káwọn ọmọ náà kí wọ́n jìyà.
Don't allow those ones that were yet to come and suffer.
Má jẹ́ kí àwọn tí wọn ò tíì bí kí wọ́n wáyé wá jẹ̀yà.
Joseph suffered for 13 years only
Joseph jìyà fún ọdún 13 lásán.
and became a prime minister
Ó wá di igbákejì ọba.
and enjoyed his life until he died.
Ó jẹ gbádùn ayé rẹ̀ títí ó fi kú.
But these people suffered for 430 years.
Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ènìyàn yìí wọ́n jìyà fún 400 ọdún
And
lẹ́yìn ọgbọ̀n.
even when they got to the entrance of the promised land, they could not enter, they still died.
Kódà nígbà tí wọ́n dé gẹ́gẹ́ bí ilẹ̀ tí Ọlọ́run ṣèlérí fún wọn, wọ́n kú wọn ní wọ́bẹ̀.
What are you doing that you are thinking it does not matter?
Kí ló ń ṣe tí òun wò pé òun ṣe ohun tí ó ṣe kókó?
What are you doing that you are thinking nobody sees me, nobody knows?
Kí ló ń ṣe tí òun wò pé kò sẹ́ni tó rí mi, kò sẹ́ni tí ó mọ̀?
But God is in heaven, is watching.
Ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run wà ní ọ̀run ń wò ọ́.
The rewarder of all men
Ẹni tí ó ń san fún gbogbo àwọn ènìyàn.
is watching you.
Ó ń wò ọ́.
Is watching you.
Ó ń wò mí.
Bow down your head.
Tẹ orí rẹ̀ bá.
Well,